something I talk about quite a lot is also like, how do you get into that space, right? Because we're talking about in improv, you turn up to a class and you're in that, you give yourself permission and you can play really quickly. So
Right.
what are the other ways that you get into that space? And for me, that physical shift of I'm singing or I'm allowing myself to dance, or you kind of release something, that is another
Right.
permission slip into that way of playing. So
Right.
yeah.
Sorry, I gasped when you said that, because it made me realize how much we do. Like, we don't give ourselves permission to play at all. And like, even when you said permission slip before, I didn't think of it how much it applies to the rest of our lives. Whereas, because in that class, you've paid for the class, or you've attended a meetup or whatever, and the confines of that environment tells adults that this person is okay with me acting silly, the other person is okay, so I'm going to but even and then it's really difficult. When I
Yeah.
took an improv class at Second City in Toronto, there was this Asian girl who was like incredibly tightly wound. Like, she was like in a finance position at a specific company, and when she came in, and she was super nice, and she's like, I want to take this class because I really want to come out of my shell more, and not feel like I have to be serious all the time. And me and this group, we took a series of classes together over a couple of years, and all really got to see her change and go from someone who's like kind of scared to make a off the wall offer into the scene, to someone who was like bringing in these crazy, insane ideas. And so it was really informative for how transformative improv can be if you allow some of these lessons, and to give yourself permission in everyday life to be able to do these things. Like, even we'd go for a drink, she'd be more open after a couple years. So it's yeah. So I think it's maybe a practice where we think, no matter where we are in our lives, I have permission to play. I have permission to make this a fun environment, and not think that we always have to be whatever imposed personality traits we think the environment calls for.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the reasons I love play so much is, for me, it's almost synonymous with possibility. It is, play is this way in which I don't know what's going to happen next. And it's not predefined. And then the whole world goes like, Phoom. And I think it's amazing when you apply that to ideas and problem solving, but when you apply it to yourself, or the way that you are in the world, or what you allow yourself to do, it's even more powerful, right? And that, exactly what you were saying with that example, is, well, when we're in an environment where we have people around us as well modeling, because I think that is also helpful about a group of, you've got a group of people playing, so automatically you know it's acceptable to play, you're encouraged to play, it's the norm to play. Whereas the rest of our lives, we pretty much spend it being like, that's not the norm. Everybody
Right.
around us isn't doing that same thing. But when we allow that, the journey that we can go on, the parts of ourselves we allow ourselves to be, it's, for me, it's another way to grow and find more of yourself, and expand into more of the person that you're trying to be, or that you want to be, or that you just are, and aren't kind of letting be out in the world, so to